What's going on, y'all? It's been a little minute since I've been consistent on YouTube. I know. But now that it's the month of February, I want to start off with something actually good for y'all. Now, I want to teach y'all about how I got into shape since I've been making a whole bunch of workout videos. And I really told y'all how I brought myself into getting into shape. Now, if you've seen the TikTok, you have seen that I brought myself from this all the way from this. And, you know, I never really explained how I actually did that. So with this video, I want to tell y'all everything that I did, and maybe it can also help you out and help you learn something for you to be able to look your best this year. Now, I want this video to be able to be easily understood, as like I said earlier. So let's start off with the first thing. When it came out to me getting in shape, the most important thing was, of course, the working out. As you can see, I'm not gonna go on a whole list of all the exercises I do, but I am gonna tell y'all some of the fundamental rules that I kept when I was working out. So for the starters, I always make sure to push myself to failure every time I worked out. Of course, not with every single exercise. Like as you know, you should never go to failure with barbell squats unless you have like something to actually catch the bar or something to help you if you are no longer able to pick the bar up. Because if you don't have any of that, then you are going to injure yourself and you could possibly risk something that could be a lifelong injury that you possibly, no, you're definitely not wanting. Always be consistent. If you're not consistent with working out, then you're never really going to be able to get into shape. Now, realistically, you only need 3 days in the gym. I like to run a push pull leg split, so I'm usually doing 6 days in the gym because I run it twice. I do push pull legs, rest, and then repeated. The last thing I followed was to make sure that all the exercises I did were not redundant in any way. Like I'm not gonna do two exercises that do the same thing over and over again. Like for example, I'm not gonna do straight bar curls with regular dumbbell curls. No, I usually do straight bar curls and then hammer curls because they train two different muscles. Kind of the same group, but they train the muscles in different ways. I also have done a lot of cardio. I have I've ran over 100 times. So that's been one of the main things that have been helping me keep the physique that I've gotten right now and helping me look the best I've ever had in my entire life. Now, cardio isn't for everybody. If you don't want to do cardio, then you could just eat less, and that could basically give off the same result. But it is good to do cardio because you also want to increase your cardiovascular health, and you don't want to be running out of breath after every single set when you work out. So another thing that's just as important as working out is the diet. Now, with my dieting, I've been finding myself eating a lot more than what I used to be, right now because I'm trying to gain some size so I can get a little bit more bigger and a lot more stronger these next coming months. If we're talking about how I was able to get myself from the old picture to the new picture, I was eating a lot less and I was running and moving a lot, which allowed me to get that physique as I had back then. Now, of course, I am bigger than what I used to be and stronger than what I used to be, but that just goes to show that in order for you to gain size, you need to eat more. And in order for you to lose size, you need to eat less. The last thing, because it's only three things that I really need to know in order for to actually get in shape, is consistency and discipline. If you do not learn these two early on, you will not make any good progress. Now, motivation is a good thing to have, but it will not last forever. You need to start actually locking in and doing the stuff that you need to do even when you don't feel like it, because in the long run, that will help you out a lot more than you think it will. Me, I used to work out a lot more than what I do right now, or at least I used to, how I say this, go through a lot more than what I used to right now. I used to run in 20-degree weather like every single night. Now I'm not able to run as much as I used to, but back when it wasn't really much for me to do, you would catch me working out almost all day. Especially when it came down to running and lifting, I would never miss a single lift, no matter what it was. Even if I had to lift at 1 in the morning, like on very cold winter nights. But you really do need to learn consistency and discipline in order for you to actually see really good progress when it comes down to working out. When it came down to losing most of the weight that I had and to lose most of the fat that I had on my body, I really did have to start eating way less than my maintenance calories. And since I'm about 5'8" and a half, and 180 pounds, I would have to eat like the average, how much the average man would have to eat, 2,500 calories, which I made sure to eat below that, around 2,000 or 2,300, just in order for me to be able to actually lose a lot of the body fat that I had. Now I know this video is going to be a little bit more on the shorter side, and I'm not really going to be going into great detail about most of the things because I didn't even talk about getting stronger and doing most of that. But that's for a complete another video. But this video is just talking about the fundamentals that I follow and the things that I did to bring myself from being this to going from this. Now, with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. And I think the next video I'm gonna make is telling y'all how to actually get stronger in a relatively fast amount of time. I'm not gonna keep y'all here any longer than y'all need to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and go, and we'll go ahead and end this video.